Good morning. My name is Nancy, and I had the privilege of serving with the IGO Medical Missions team in Tijuana. Before this trip, I hadn't been on missions in 18 years. I had been using work and family as an excuse to not go and to not even pray about going. The week leading up to the Tijuana trip being announced, God had been convicting me to live a life where I can say that I lived it for Him and not for anyone else, that I didn't waste it. Also, I can't always worry about leaving my kids, and I have to trust that God will take care of them and use my obedience as something they can build their own faith on. God gave me a renewed desire and open heart to go on missions. So when Tijuana was announced, I knew I had to obey and apply. My job is not in the medical field, so I figured I would check in patients, play with kids, or assist the doctors, dentists, or pharmacists. I was relieved, thinking it wouldn't be too strenuous or required much training. On the day of our training, I saw the intake form that we use for patients. There were the doctors' names with the letters MD and the dentists with DDS. Then I saw my name with the letters PW after it. It was what I feared. Those letters stood for prayer warrior. I would be at the prayer station with 2 other team members praying for each patient that comes through. The rule is that no one leaves without receiving prayer. Everyone kept telling me that my job was the most important because the medical care is only a means for people to experience God's love and receive spiritual healing and salvation. It was too much pressure. I felt so lacking. How do I prepare myself to pray for 100 people during the 6-hour clinic? Could I really contribute to the team? Then I heard God tell me, "You will see what I can do in one day, in 6 hours, even through one prayer." The week leading up to the trip, I asked God to show me impressions for the people I would be praying for. Instead, God kept humbling me and showing me things I needed to change about myself. But that was how God was preparing me, by making me an empty vessel to be filled and used by Him. When we finally arrived in Mexico, I sat in my prayer station and waited for the patients to come. The first few I met were shy and asked for general prayers of blessing for their family. Then more women started opening up. Their tired eyes revealed their desperation as they asked for prayer for their broken marriages, for a son who is addicted to drugs, for strength while they raise their grandchildren, and for comfort while grieving a daughter who had just passed away. I felt God telling me to pray as if I was the only person praying for them. If I believe that God hears my prayers and He will answer, then I need to pour out as much as I could in faith so that they could find hope in God, trust in His perfect timing, and be blessed for generations upon generations. My earnest prayer is that God will restore all that was lost. Coming back home, I'm not sure if I lived up to the prayer warrior title, but I like to think that the way I pray has changed. I felt the Holy Spirit move so powerfully, making me bolder in my prayers. I want to pray at home the way I prayed on the mission field, with the same urgency and confidence. I also realize that I don't need to wait until my kids go to college to go on missions. If God calls me to go, He'll take care of all the things that I am apprehensive about. If you feel a nudging to go on missions, be a yes man or a yes woman for God. Be available and He will use you to change lives in unimaginable ways. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" And I said, "Here am I, send me." Isaiah 6:8. Thank you.